What's good, party people? This is Voodoo in the Woods. I'm Accord in the Woods, and I have with me former two-time U of MMA champion. He is Voodoo Maximus. There we go.
What up, Mr. Woods? Understand, folks, that right there is 8 a day. 8 podcasts a day, Mr. Woods. According to Woods. Understand that. And your life will be better.
I appreciate it. But as somebody that's never competed in MMA or pro wrestling, hell, even jiu-jitsu, I kind of feel like I have to work so much harder because I'm on the outside. 3 trailer park girls around the outside. Why did I want to quote Eminem? But that's it. I feel like the trailer park girl. So, yeah, that's where we go. And everybody has an interesting story. And I'm half expecting people to be like, no, fuck off. I don't do interviews. And when they're like, yes, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go. Talk about another legendary person. Shaman Steve says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, Shaman Steve. Great legend. You are a legend, good sir. I'm just saying, you two both. I'm working with 2 princes, not the Spin Doctor song, but like literally 2 princes, and you, Shaman Steve, and Pius and a Lobo. I'm a pauper. I feel like a pauper, like John Popper from the Bruce Traveler, like 80 fucking harmonicas on a vest. That's what I'm saying.
Shaman Steve and I finally got back to our hiking, man. 2 years ago, we were going every Sunday, man. Every Sunday into the Angeles Crest National Forest. We'll go so deep into that son of a gun, man. It's just us out there, man, and the animals. Then we had to halt for a little bit, but now we're back. We're back. He's done two test runs, and his body feels great. He's lost Shaman Steve has lost some 30 to 40 pounds. He's feeling good. Yeah. He's training, man. He's a savage. I don't know what happened to that dude, man. He has turned into a madman. He is a madman. He trains every goddamn day in his backyard. You know what I mean? Savage. You know what I mean? His body is back in shape. He's going out there into the mountains again, and I cannot wait to get back into the forest.
There it is. I love it. You are always welcome. Thank you, Shaman Steve. I'm going to have to one of these days oblige. And Robert Tyndall says, the only place I get to see Voodoo Maximus anymore.
Hey, I have to apologize, Mr. Tyndall. I have to apologize. I do very well enjoy training with you every Saturday morning. But unfortunately, my kids, their football games keep coming up. They keep coming up. But I do appreciate you tuning in, and please share your comments, and we will have discussions on Voodoo in the Woods.
Absolutely, and humbled. No, you are an amazing person, as is Robert Tyndall. So, UFC Vegas 24 is upon us. Right now we've got the early prelims for Bellator. That's going to be fun. So LFA in about an hour's time. So just all bits of MMA to kind of quench your thirst if that's what you've been thirsty for. So right off the bat, we have obviously this card is being headlined by Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whittaker, former champion Robert Whittaker. But we have Tony Gravely, 20-6 against 15-7, Anthony Burchank. So this one is like vets, just tenured young vets, just going into fisticuff each other. Tony Gravely, the last time that we saw him in the cage was a split decision win over Geraldo de Freitas, and that happened in November of 2020. But on the other side, Anthony Burchank, he is the head operator of 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu Tucson, and we actually, Tapology hasn't even put his UFC stuff here. No, actually,
Mm.
I stand corrected. He lost his re-debut in the UFC to his friend Gustavo Lopez, but hoping to make good out of this is one at Anthony Burchank. So, Voodoo, what's the prediction?
This is quite clear. It's the classic case of the striker versus the grappler. The man, El Toro, he represents 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, lineage of Jean Jacques Machado. Uh, I love those guys. Anything that comes from Jean Jacques Machado is okay in my book, man. The Machados are on top of the list as far as jiu-jitsu is concerned for me. Yes, I understand that the Gracies taught the Machados, but there's something about the Machados that I love so much. You know what I mean? The way they represent jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? It's always on a DL, man. There is no flamboyancy here. It's just, hey, man, we are here to do a service to the community, and that's it. We are not trying to be superstars or whatever. We are here just to serve the community, and that's it. Spread the word. This is what I love most about him. So shout out to Jean Jacques and the rest of the Machado family. Shout out to them. And going back to this particular matchup, El Toro, the grappler, going up against the young man. The young man, Tony Gravely. Tony Gravely. He's gonna bring his striking prowess, and he's gonna bring wrestling as well. American top team. But when you look at his record, either he loses by decision or he loses by submission. Submission is still remains his Achilles heels. Up until January 2020, he lost by rear naked choke. So he's still not all the way there in regards to submission defense. So I'm going to pick Anthony Burchak to win this one in the third round by submission.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to differ a little bit. I actually say that it'll probably take Anthony Burchank to round 2 to submit Gravely, and nothing against Gravely. I really want to see, Anthony Burchank obviously had a first run in the UFC, and for years he was trying to get back. Fight to wins, Combate Americas. Those are some of the places where Anthony plied his trade to kind of get back into the UFC's good graces. And when he does, he has to fight one of his best friends and training partners, Gustavo Lopez, former Combate Americas champion. So I want, this is a sentimental favorite. I want him to get one. I've had a few people from his gym. His wife, Mercedes White, has always been awesome. So, yeah, man, I'm fucking Burchank all the way. Second round submission, you got third.
No doubt.
Hell yes. Now, going up the card, that was the bantamweight fight, right? But we're going up in weight in the 155-pound division because we have Austin Hubbard, 12-5 against Dakota Bush. I love that Austin Hubbard's fight moniker is Thud. And hopefully that's indicative of what happens to his opponent's bodies when he touches them with his fists. That's what I want to believe, right? He retired Max right? He retired him it seems like way back, but it was just July of 2020, or actually June 2020, right? And then loses to Joe Selecki in the very first round by rear naked choke. So there's that. Now, on the other side of the docket, and I will also say that one Austin Hubbard is a former LFA champion, 155-pound champion, right?
Yes.
But on the other side, we have somebody that I came to know kind of infamously, Harry Dakota Bush. Dakota Harry Bush. That's probably how he meant it. 8-2, a Shamrock FC veteran, an LFA veteran. The first time that he actually entered my radar was at LFA 92 when he met our friend Brian Del Rosario, the 818 bad boy, and finished him in a rear naked choke in the very first round at LFA. I was heartbroken. I was just like, oh, that's the homie or whatever. So I know what this guy is capable of, but I want to know what you think, Voodoo.
Well, Austin Hubbard recently lost by rear naked choke, and just like you just mentioned, Dakota. I can't even say it. Dakota Bush, Harry Bush. That's a good one. Hey man, just on the nickname alone, I'm picking Dakota Bush to win this one by rear naked choke. But he is a consistent fella. He is a very good striker, and on top of that, he knows how to finish folks on the ground as well. This is what we call a complete fighter. Austin Hubbard, he can do the same. But I am pulling for the young Dakota Harry Bush to upset Austin Hubbard in this particular matchup. So I actually see this one ending on the feet, no later than the third round. I see a knockout. Bush is coming.
Bush is coming.
Coming.
That's exactly what you said. Anyway, moving on. I will say, in terms of, I have a bit of a story, so I'll keep it quick, keep it quaint. But I had a life science teacher at Inglewood High School. Her name was Sandra Nipple, Miss Nipple, but she didn't go by Sandra. She went by Sandy. Okay, Sandy Nipple. Do you know what her brother's name was?
Oh no. No.
It'd be awesome if it was Pierce, but
Harry?
no. Yes, absolutely. It was Harry Nipple. Harry fucking Nipple. The parents had a field day with that one. Good job. Just saying, man.
Oh my
I don't know.
goodness.
That's it.
Oh.
And our good friends, Keyboard Warriors MMA, says Tracy Cortez gets like a 5-point allowance, a quarter of an ounce allowance for that booty. And that's all they want to say. Have a great show. Thank you, good folks. But that's it. And yes, Dakota Bush beat Brian Del Rosario. Bum Nathan Levy had to pull out. Also, absolutely, 100%. But we got the Dakota Bush. Or did I say Dakota Bush? That's his name, right? All right, Dakota Bush.
Yeah.
I remember the Bush and nothing else. Just saying. Yeah. So there you go, Dakota Bush. What say you? How it ends?
Well, so we have Gerald Meerschaert. This young man.
Say that 3 times fast.
Losses, 31 wins and 14 losses. He is a natural grappler, so he is on a losing streak, and I believe the promotion is trying to do him a favor by throwing a complete striker at him, not a complete fighter, a complete striker, one who is known to be submitted quite a few times. So it's a classic striker versus grappler matchup. I don't get me wrong. I love the grappling. But I think Gerard is going to take another loss. Yet again, 3 in a row. He will take another loss. He might take a knee to the face. This is what I see. And in his attempt to get the takedown, he will go to sleep to the knee. Bartosz Fabinski, dangerous fighter. If you look at his wins, he wins by terrible things. Terrible things. I mean, we're talking elbows. We're talking elbows, doctor stoppage. Doctor stoppage, punches. He lost to a heel hook, but when we have an individual like this, you know what I mean? All he knows is hurting people. So I will not overlook that, and I will call for him. I mean, I'm not calling for it, but he is going to do this on his own, and he is going to massacre Gerald Meerschaert. Did I tell you what round? I didn't
say that 3 times fast. I love. No, that's what I was saying. I asked you for the outcome for the last fight, and you give me the next one.
Hey, I didn't give you Bush yet. I thought I picked Bush by knockout. I didn't pick Bush by knockout.
Okay.
We got Bush by knockout. We got Fabinski by knockout.
Okay. All right. Right on.
Can't wait to get
so
to
I guess,
pizza.
yeah, me too. All right. So in the next the women's strawweight division, we have Jessica Penne, 12-5, right? Number 53 ranked strawweight in the world against a undefeated former LFA champion, a friend, Lupi Godinez. Out of this is crazy. She's of Mexican descent, but her family migrated all the way not to the U.S. but to Canada, and she's lived there or what have you. You guys might know her from her LFA title bout and win over Vanessa Lil Monster Demopoulos, where she literally wanted to hear her coaches, was on the opposite end of the LFA octagon, had Little Monster like this and wanted to hear her coaches. So she walked on her shoulder, her opponent, and slammed her right in front of the coach. And that's all the coach wanted to say was slam her. So that's Lupita. Lupita for the win. I got that. That's all I got. This will probably be my first pick for the fight of the night. Jessica Penne, in all of her 17 fights in her career, this is something new. Lupita is something different, man. And it's just, yeah, I as a, what 205-pound male, hopefully, I would hate to be on the opposite end of the octagon from Lupita. So it's just bad news for Jessica. I'm sorry.
Now, check this out. Let's focus on Jessica first. Jessica, I believe she is the ultimate gatekeeper to this division. She is the ultimate gatekeeper. Why do I say this? Because the people that she has faced are either former champions in another federation, that she has lost to, are either former champions in another federation or became champion in the UFC. You know what I mean? With the exception of Zoila Frausto, whatever. With the exception of that person, everyone that she's lost to has become either is a champion in Invicta or is a champion here in the UFC or was a champion. We have Michelle Waterson, former Invicta champion. We have Carla Esparza, the very first champion in this particular division. Joanna Jędrzejczyk beat Jessica Penne to get the shot at Carla Esparza in the massacre. It was a massacre. It was so much blood, broken face, broken everything. Joanna Jędrzejczyk smashed the smithereens. And then Jessica Andrade, another champion. The only person that isn't a champion is Danielle Taylor. But you know, Daniela Taylor, I believe that's the one from Saxon Muay Thai, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, an officer of the law. Danielle is an officer of the she is a prison guard. She will beat your ass if you know what I'm saying, if you're not careful. So these are formidable opponents. And then now we have Lupita Godinez, 5-0. But Lupita's coming to this matchup with the equalizer. She is a master of wrestling. Not only is she a master of wrestling, she brings excellent striking to the table as well. So what you're gonna get here is she's gonna grind you out. She takes the safest way. I am not mad at that. I'm gonna take you to the ground and smash you until you give up, you give me a submission, or I win by unanimous decision or majority decision. So this is what she's bringing to the table, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, can she strike? Or you better believe she can strike. This ain't Khabib we're talking about here. You know what I mean? This is how I like people to use their wrestling. I will bring you striking until I feel you. Once I feel that, hey, you're a good striker, how about come over here? Let's see what you can do here. Let's see what you can do on the ground. And this is her style, and I have no problem with this particular style. If you are a wrestler, if you are a dominant wrestler, at least show us that you've taken the time to learn something else. Just because you're a dominant wrestler and you can dominate everyone else, you know, it's almost a disrespect to the sport. Yeah, you are a great wrestler. You are an outlier in wrestling, but we want more out of you. We want you to take the initiative and try and learn something else and become a mixed martial artist.
Yep. This
is all we're asking. And Lupita Godinez, you meet that. You are perfect in 5-0, and I am calling for 6-0. I think you, Lupita, have the fundamental skills to get you into that top 10 so you can face the people that we've talked about recently. And that's what I see. I see Lupita outworking Jessica Panay and possibly getting a submission in the third round.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know if Jessica Pene's face will be recognizable, because for those who haven't seen or haven't followed Lupita, and I warmly encourage you, follow both ladies. I mean, what Jessica Pene has brought in 17 fights, amazing person, Ultimate Fighter alum, all that jazz. Love them. Follow both of them. But if you follow Lupita, guess what? She spent the last 2 months of her training camp at Elevation Fight Team in Colorado. That's a whole nother dexterity to her game. She's gonna resemble a lot of the Lupita that you saw in her LFA title win, where she declared when they were like, "Hey, you want to defend the title again?" She was like, "No, I won in the UFC. That's it. That's it."
Yeah.
And she was willing to wait for her time, and her time has come. So the elevation stuff, how dominant she was in her LFA fight, and then like this is her dream into fruition. So it's Lupita's look at Little Monster, right? Who's kind of similar to Jessica Pene, a bit younger, right? A little bit more jiu-jitsu, in her repertoire, but she fell the same fate. None of it mattered, right? And Lupita can do that to you. So yeah, Pene is not going to look the same. Oh, sorry.
Hey, it is what it is. This is what we sign up for. We sign up for carnage in the cage, and we're gonna get carnage in the cage. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Which you want carnage in the cage? That's hopefully what we're gonna get in the next matchup, because we have two burly heavyweights, the absolute undefeated Alexander Romanov against 10-1 Juan Espino. And geez Louise, I will be so disappointed if King Kong Romanov or Juan Espino go to a decision, because it's not going to look pretty. These two, El Guapo and King Kong, somebody's going to get knocked out. I'm hoping somebody gets knocked out no later than the second round, because if not, it's going to be like two damn water buffaloes trying to, I don't know, fuck a lady water buffalo? I don't know. Like, it's not pretty, is what I'm saying.
Hey, in this matchup, we have none other than King Kong versus Godzilla. Godzilla meaning the pretty boy, Espino. Espino, he is very good at what he does. He is a submission artist. He is a grappler. Fantastic. Unfortunately for him, King Kong is also a grappler. But unfortunately for him, one more thing, one equalizer, King Kong can use these very, very well. So when Espino goes for that takedown, Alex Romanov, he's going to have to have very, very good takedown defense. He's going to be able to stay on his feet. And if he gets to the ground, he'll get back up and put the tips on you. The man is 13-0 for a reason. He will become 14-0, possibly with a second round knockout.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. I'm going to go with that too. Why not? But Espino's fucking, grappling prowess is nothing to fucking So
that's true. That's true.
Know.
He's got lots of submission victories, which is fantastic. But let's run through King Kong. King Kong forearm choke. King Kong arm triangle. King Kong slam. King Kong punch. King Kong choke. We're talking first round defeat. Forearm choke. Punch. He will either knock your head off your shoulder, or rear naked choke you, or forearm choke you, arm triangle choke. He's got it too. So let's go. Let's bring it to the center of the octagon and let's see what's up. And I'm putting my money on King Kong. And you know what they say about gorillas? They know how to use weapons.
Is that what they say about gorillas?
That's right, man. They know how to use weapons. Oh yeah. I believe those primates are now I forget the name of it. I was listening to GSP and Joe Rogan talk about it. That the primates are now they're in a situation where they are beginning to use weapons. I
believe it.
Tools. They're using tools. You know what I mean? So hey, these are going to be tools that are going to be necessary in that cage come Saturday.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Yeah, man. Speaking of a tool, I'm gonna make a tool prediction because,
Okay.
well, I mean, I think we've got the two of them, right? So I'm going to sound a bit of a tool for somebody that wants a concrete decision in the Tracy Cortez and Justine Kish fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tracy
Mm-hmm.
Cortez 8-1, Justine Kish 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Keyboard Warriors and Nettie Law, I'm presuming, they
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah, she gets a point, 5-ounce allowance for her booty, says the Keyboard Warriors. I don't know what that means, but that's what they're saying. But everything in me is telling me, right? My mind is telling me Cortez, but like my soul is going for my friend Justine Kish, right? I just
Mm-hmm. Okay.
she's overcome a lot
Mm-hmm.
to to get where she is, but
Mm-hmm.
I think Tracy Cortez might win. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
fear. I don't know. I don't want to go against Justine. I know,
I
like I said,
understand.
yeah.
I understand. I understand that especially because you know how hard this lady works. Uh,
Mhm.
she I believe she's working with
Saxon,
Black House, right?
Black House, and Saxon. They
Yeah,
they
Black House and
they're
Saxon. Yes,
they're
yes,
they're a super group now.
yes, yes, yes. This is fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at Mrs. Keish's record. Uh, Early in her career, she's had a triangle choke, armbar choke. So we're leaning towards a grappler. You know what I mean? This is what we have here. We're leaning towards a grappler. So when you face a grappler, all you need is takedown defense. You know what I mean? And a lot of her wins have been unanimous decisions. Meaning she knows how to mix it up pretty well. She will take you down. You know what I mean? She'll throw hands enough to take you down and grind you on the fence. And we don't have a finisher here. There isn't an intent to finish. It's been the last time we got a finish was 2013, right? Now, actually, yeah, 2013. And everything else has been unanimous decision, meaning she knows how to win matches. She knows how to win matches. Shout out to her for that, right? And when you're hanging with Saxon Muay Thai, you are trying your best to become a better striker. So shout out to her on that. But what we have here is a young lady who is starting off her career as a complete fighter in Tracy Cortez. Tracy not only is a submission artist, right? As she has wins with rear naked chokes, ground and pounds, split decisions, unanimous decisions. So she's bringing excellent wrestling to the game, which is number one. Excellent wrestling, uh, uh, very good jiu-jitsu. As you can see, she has many submission victories. She was flawless as an amateur, right? This is gonna be a pace match. It's gonna be a pace match, and pace usually favors the younger fighter. So with respect to Justine Kish, I will be picking the younger Cortez, Tracy Cortez, and something about a booty.
I'm not touching that one. Jesus.
I tell you what, I'll give it a split decision victory for the young Cortez.
Okay.
I'll give it a split decision victory because Kish is no pushover.
No, she isn't.
You know what I mean? She is
Looked
no
fabulous
pushover.
the last time her last win. She looked fabulous.
Yeah, she did look good. She did look very good. But at the same time, age favors the young victory favors the younger fighter in this particular matchup. So I will go with Cortez.
I'm gonna give the other one. Split decision,
Okay.
Kish.
I got a split decision too. At least we have
consensus.
Because yeah, in regards to the split, it's gonna be a tough match. It's not gonna be a cakewalk for the young lady. But however, it is what it is in regards to whom we choose. Justine Kish might be older, but her experience will balance things out. But I am going with the Cortez due to her age, her experience as a complete fighter.
Damn it, you had to mention cake. I'm in the process of unfat fucking myself, and you had to mention cake. Holy crap. Yeah, you had to mention cake. You've had to, damn it. But anyway, like a little sound like a bomb went off behind me. But yeah, well, um, we have. I'm probably gonna say like the most boring match of the night. We've got Alex Munoz and Luis Pena, and it's not
Yeah.
because of Alex Munoz, right? He's going to bring excitement. Actually, he's going to be my pick to win because Luis Pena, the last time that we saw him in the octagon, he's not cruising like he's cruising for decisions. No, 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 no. I want Munoz to brutalize Luis Pena. Let's like not get it twisted. Now, I get the safe style, I get whatever, but like again, you're holding up a roster spot for somebody that wants it a little bit more, that can finish, that will bring more eyes on the product, which you, outside of the hairstyle, which you've cut, what is there about you, right? And the reason why I say it has to be like a brutalization, because it's not, if Alex Munoz wins, it's not going to be by decision, because Luis Pena is crafty enough, and we talked about it the last time he fought, right? He's crafty enough that he knows exactly what to do in terms of his style opponents. This is somebody who doesn't want to be a a champion. He doesn't care if he's in the top 10. He just wants to earn bank and do whatever, right? So I'm not mad at him for that. I'm just mad at the ideology behind it. So I want Alex Munoz to brutalize Luis Pena, because Luis Pena isn't violent Bob Ross. He's like, I think Bob Ross is the real Bob Ross is a little bit more violent with his strokes than Pena is with his punches.
Violent Bob Ross. Not to be confused with the painter.
No, the painter is way more violent than this motherfucker. Boring shit. He needs to be the librarian, because he puts me to sleep and goes, shh.
Hey, but unfortunately for Alex Munoz, the proper striker, the more skilled striker in this particular matchup, it's going to be Luis Pena. And he's going to have the reach advantage, the height advantage. However, none of that is going to matter, because Alex Munoz comes from alpha male, team alpha male. What are they known for? They're known for turning out excellent wrestlers. So expect this one to not be very exciting. If you are a wrestler like Brian Peterson, happy birthday to you, by the way. Brian Peterson, today is his birthday. He turns 43. Old man. Alex Munoz is going to bring the fight. He's going to bring the fight, and it's not going to be a pretty one. Luis Pena loves to flow. He loves to be, he loves to do this kind of stuff and snap his punches. Those things are pretty and all, but until he runs into Alex Munoz. But when they get on the ground, Luis Munoz, he knows how to submit people. Yeah, he does. But unfortunately for Luis Pena, Alex Munoz, he's bringing the equalizer, the hip shutter. He's going to shut his hips down, and then he's going to take away that submission game of Luis Pena. I am going with Alex Munoz as well to win this one by a ugly unanimous decision victory.
Yeah, I hope he goes all the way violent, all the way live with Violent Bob Ross, and we can say bye, Bob Ross. He's so exciting that the most famous thing about him is he looks like another dude. That's dead. Been dead for fucking 20 damn years, dude. At least. Shout out to Bob Ross. I don't know. But I think the excitement level is going to get like infinitely pushed up, because we have in the next matchup, we have Judo Thunder Abdul Razak Al Hassan, 10-3, right? And he is going up against Australia's own Jacob Malkoon, Mamba Malkoon. And I think somebody's going to get either knocked out, or we're going to get like this knockdown, drag out, decision. Like it's going to be a split, and both dudes are going to be bloodied at the end of it. It's going to be absolute chaos.
Well, let me tell you something. This fella, Jacob Malkoon, Prior to his arrival to the UFC, he was flawless, which is why the UFC was like, hey, we like people who are undefeated. You know what I mean? He was undefeated up until that point, but then he ran into Megatron, Phil Halls. What do we know about Megatron? He carries a bomb in his left and right hand. When he touches you, you go to sleep, which is why he went to sleep in 18 seconds. Mamba went to sleep in 18 seconds. Now he's in there against another fella in Abdul Razaki Al Hassan, Saint Judo Thunder. He also has lightning, thunder and lightning in both hands. So if he touches you, understand that you will go to sleep. And the way he fights, it's either you die or he dies. He is currently on a 2-fight losing streak, and he does not plan on losing a third match. So I am putting all my eggs in one basket and picking Abdul Razak to win this one by knockout. And this one is going down in the second round.
I can't agree with you more. I mean, especially, when Phil Haas fucking knocked him out, that wasn't all that long ago. I'm not saying that there could be lingering effects, but I'm just saying he can be affected, especially as we saw with like Ronda Rousey, right? You fucking flawless, and that knockout will fuck your whole world up. So there you go.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. That shit is a different world. Kadeem Patterson or Hardison. Kadeem Hardison, for those who watch that show. I'm just saying. Yeah. So up next, we have a contest of heavyweights. The 15-6 Chase Sherman, right? Who earned the Vanilla Gorilla. He just fought and TKO'd the shit out of Ike Villanueva, right? Second round, elbow punches and everything. He's fought Bear Knuckle. He fought on the undercard of the Artem Lobov Knight. Forgot that dude's first name, but Knight undercard at BKFC 9, right? So he's been everywhere. Right? But on the other side, talk about somebody who has been everywhere. Literally, like the Belarusian Nightmare, the former UFC heavyweight champion, the Pitbull, Andrei Arlovsky, 30-20 is his record. 50 fights for Andrei Arlovsky.
Yes.
I think this is the one that does him in, though.
I mean, here's what we got. The key ingredient here is that Chase Sherman is willing to go to bare knuckle fighting. Bare knuckle fighting. You get touched, you go to sleep quite easily. You get touched, you get cut up really, really bad. The fact that he's willing to go into the depths of hell and then come back into the light makes you understand that he is not afraid of anyone. He is not afraid of anyone or anything. And Andrei Arlovsky on that list is someone he is not afraid of. He is going to go from 13 to number 17 in a real quick hurry. I see this fight at least ending. See, Arlovsky, he's got a lot of distance control abilities. He's got very good boxing as well. But his chin is so withered. Even when he was in his prime, he was getting knocked out quite easily. Not to talk about now. But his boxing and experience, ring generalship, is so good that he would draw it out into the third. And then Chase Sherman would lay him to sleep in the third round. Knockout.
Yeah, man. I mean, that fight with Tom Aspinall, Jesus, that's all, and Aspinall probably himself will tell you he's not the most diligent of striker in terms of acumen, but that's it. This fucking chin, that fist, that chin, bam, lights out. So,
and it's that fearlessness that Sherman is bringing to the table that's going to be the key ingredient for his victory. It could be a double-edged sword. Due to his aggressiveness, he could easily get knocked out because Andrei Arlovsky still packs a whole lot of power in his hands. But Chase, he's going to be chasing him down like a gorilla that he calls himself, Vanilla Gorilla. And he's going to pound out Andrei Arlovsky unconscious. Bounce his head off the compass, like Connor was saying.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, I hate saying that, and Andrei Arlovsky and all the things that he's done, but fuck, man. That it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good. Just say.
It is what it is.
Now, if you're ready for things to feel way good, we are at the main events of the evening. We have Drakkar Kloss against the Little Heathen, Jeremy Stevens. Drakkar coming in with a 12-2-1 record. Again, Little Heathen. What can you say about him? WEC veteran, UFC veteran. Jeremy Stevens has been in the UFC for as long as the UFC owned WEC and brought all those guys over, right? Contemporaries of Faber and Dominic Cruz and whatever. And how many of those guys are still left? Well, I'll tell you, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens is one of them damn guys. And Drakkar and Jeremy actually got into a little bit of a scuffle. Jeremy literally pushed at the weigh-ins Drakkar Kloss. So a little bit of heat there. Just saying. And even Drakkar didn't even fucking know what happened. He was like, what the? Oh, all right, let's go.
Drakkar sound like one of them dragons from what was that
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
I thought it was like Dakar Noir, the fucking black bottle shit that you just sprayed on yourself before you got a date. That's what I thought it was.
Anyways, he should have known better, because when he was talking to the reporters,
Jimmy,
he made some comments. Kloss made some comments how he was going to handle Jeremy Stevens, right? The word got to Jeremy Stevens. I mean, Jeremy Stevens, you know the kind of dude he is. You know what I mean? He's the hardest hitting 145 pounder in the division. When he hits you,
in history, fuck the division. In history.
You know what I'm saying? When he hits you, he puts you to sleep. This is his mentality. This is what he brings to the table. And this Drakkar, want to say something? I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from a Jeremy Stevens? He's gonna bring nothing but hatred towards you. I mean, he's coming to knock you out already. Not talk about when you run your mouth and piss him off. You know what I mean? Now, don't think that because you pissed him off, it's gonna throw off his game. He's still gonna be lethal, calculated, and deadly when he gets in that cage. Understand that I am not ever going to pick against Jeremy Stevens, because he comes to kill. Drakkar, Kloss, he comes to kill too, but Jeremy Stevens been doing this for years. He's got experience on his side. And how dark does Mr. Kloss want to get? Is he ready for the darkness that he is about to witness? Yeah, is he ready for it? Is he ready to go into the darkness? You know what I mean? Jeremy Stevens was molded by the darkness. He never saw the light of day until he was already a man. So this is what we're dealing with. I am picking Bane, Jeremy Stevens, to win this particular match. And it's going to be my first candidate for fight of the night.
Ooh, man, there's only one. And it's funny. I have the same way, but I felt that way with the Lupita, Jessica Penne fight, because
that's going to be a fun match, but it's going to be heavily on the grappling side. So it's not going to be as dynamic as we're going to see in a co-main event, but it's going to be extremely technical. So if you're a wrestler, get your popcorn ready, because that's what you're going to witness. You're going to witness a whole lot of wrestling, and then that beautiful ground and pound that Lupita brings to the table.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I can't go against Little Heathen. Fuck it. I'm usually not not good with like the people that do a little bit too much and fucking push their opponent or fucking whatever, bringing Cheetos to the fucking weigh-ins and throw it at people. I'm not a fan of that at the weigh-ins, at least. But I mean, fuck, it's fucking little Heathen. So Little Heathen all the way. Probably in the way that you say. Fuck it, let's go. Hell yeah. Speaking of places to go, I think we need to take a little trip to the main events of the evening. We have And the Shaman Steve says, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
That's the guy.
That guy.
That's the guy. Yep. That's the guy.
That's
That's
your
the
guy.
guy.
That's your guy.
the guy.
As the Brazilians say, that's your guy. That's your guy. Hey, you know that's your guy. You know that guy. You know that's your guy. Just saying. Yeah.
You will remember his name after Saturday night. You will remember his name. In case you forgot and you don't know, you will remember.
There you go. Okay.
What'd you say about his spray?
No, I said you said you remember his name. I'm like, I remember to pick up the Jakar Noor after it, if that's still a thing. If there's still a Sharper Image catalogs and whatever, maybe I can get them at the Montgomery Award. Or the Mervins.
Hey,
let's get a Mervins and get some Jakar Noor.
All the kids are like, Montgomery Ward, what's he talking about?
Hey, I have, my first TV was a Montgomery Ward TV.
hey, my first British Knights were from Montgomery Ward as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jeff Houston and I were talking about British Knights the other fucking day. We're like, they were the consolation prize for Double Dare for a good reason. Like, nobody wanted them motherfuckers. Yeah. It's like, you could go to space camp or you can get these shit-ass shoes. Try harder, bitch.
Hey, man. Hey, when I went to school, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got my British Knights, man. I'm like, yeah. So I went to school. What school was that? Monroe, right next to Morningside.
Yeah.
For some reason, man, I used to live on closest cross street will be La Brea and Arborvita, right?
Holy shit, that's a fucking hike.
Okay,
that's a hike.
Now think of that to where Crozier is.
Now, that's where I went.
Yeah. So originally I was going to Crozier, and then they were like, "Hey, you're not in our district." Yeah. I'm like, Crozier's way closer than Monroe. Yeah. Why am I going to? But anyways, they booted me, sent me to Monroe. So I'm wearing my British Knights. I'm like, yeah, I got some brand new shoes, I went over there, man. The Bloods, they weren't having it. The Bloods were not having it, man. And that was where my trouble started, right there. Those British Knights started my troubles with the Bloods. And it was like, I would have to fight damn near every day after school, man. It was always another Blood. It was always a different. I beat that one down. Hey, man, I was doing ground and pound before ground and pound was famous.
Mm-hmm.
Snatch them up, slam them on the ground, and beat them down. Lucky for me, I never got jumped. They were honorable. Shout out to the Bloods. Shout out to the Bloods at Morningside that, from way back then. Y'all never jumped me. You never jumped me. You kept it a fair one. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. Respect. You know what I mean? But every one of them Bloods that I beat down, there was always another one the next day waiting. There was always another one. Yep. It got so bad, I was like, you know what, man? I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. I left that school and went to Horace Mann.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And then now I went from the Bloods to the Crips. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Crips out there.
That's like the Jim Carrey video movie awards, and it's like, this one's God, this one's God, this one's devil. All right, I think we're set. I think we're good. I'm just saying. Shaman Steve is just, oops, and bam. No, 100%. I had a similar experience. Inglewood High and whatever. Yeah. But my fight style was in no ground and pound. My shit was Mick Foley as fuck. So if I had to fucking pull your fucking shirt over your head and slam you with a fucking trash can, that's exactly what I did. Why is the fucking trash can there? Right? Most people talk about, I'm looking for a sign from the heavens to fucking whoop this motherfucker's ass. Like, okay, that trash can in my fucking arm's reach, me and this motherfucker acting up, that's a sign. I take it as a sign. Back. Fold that motherfucker in his face. It's like, whoa. I'm just saying. I'm not a badass, not by any means. But I mean, if it's life or death, I ain't dying over this bum shit. Then there's motherfuckers know that I had podcasts to do 30, damn near 25 years later. Some bitches. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh shit.
But yeah,
man.
we do have the main event. We have Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum, which is I felt like his last name. And he's a great guy, but he's got one of those like Tony Ferguson deals where like you're Mexican,
like what?
doesn't sound like it. Just saying. And then also the last name Gastelum. So like I'm like gas, petrol, and then for whatever the lum makes me remind of like phlegm, you know, when you cough and whatever. So that's what I think of. He's a great guy.
I remember that guy, Precious. That's what comes to mind.
Like the big gallon Mariah Carey,
Lord of the Ring guy, the Lord of the Ring guy.
Oh, okay.
Precious. That's
Oh,
what pops in my head when I hear Gastelum.
okay. I went when you said Precious, I was like, oh, the big girl from Empire and Mariah Carey beat the shit out of her ass with no makeup. No,
no.
different Precious apparently.
Different one.
Damn it. Yeah. Oh, but on the other side of the deal, you got Kelvin Gastelum, and the other side of that, we got former UFC welterweight champion and Robert Reaper Whitaker. This shit is not going to be fun. It's going to be fucking like you. If you have a cure for insomnia, watch this fight. It's going to be brutal, but it's not. It's going to be like it's even. It's even. I think Robert Whitaker is going to get the best out of Gastelum. Right, Gastelum. He reminds me, just in terms of his fight stance, that in his mind, he feels like he's 7'2". Like he has that, like whatever, like big, like flat-footed, weird fucking stance, and you know, you fucking leg check him and shit like that, and he goes like he's 7'2", but he's not 7'2". It's weird, so weird to me. I got Whitaker. I don't like it because Whitaker is going to be like, I want Izzy next. And there ain't nothing that fucking Robert Whitaker can do. There ain't nobody in the fucking division that can handle fucking Izzy. Yeah, he lost to Jan Blachowicz and whatever. That's cool. But at that fucking 155, ain't nobody got shit for Adesanya. And I ain't even, I'm not a fucking Adesanya fan. But is he the fucking best of that division? And probably the best that division. You take every fucking champion before him. You take every competitor that fucking competed in that division, in the UFC, in Bellator, in whatever. Right now, them in their prime, Izzy on their prime, Izzy beats everybody. Not even fucking close. It's not even fucking close. So, yeah, I want Whitaker to win, but I also don't want to because he's going to call up Izzy, and we get Izzy and Whitaker too. And we fucking don't need Izzy and Whitaker too. We already seen that shit. Just like fuck, we got Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor 3. I'm good. We saw that. We saw how it happened. And again, you know, yes, Conor won the first time, but the fact of the matter is Conor's different. Also, Poirier is a hell of a lot different. You know, Dustin's going to go 2-1 against Conor. And what?
Hey, speaking of Dustin and Conor, that fight sold out in seconds. 20,000 seats sold out in seconds. There is a market for it. And we have no one else to thank but Conor McGregor. The man knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He is perfect. When it comes to mixed martial arts. Yes, he's not the champion. Yes, he's lost to Khabib. Yes, he's lost to Dustin Poirier. Yes, whatever. All of the above. Still remains undisputed and undefeated in the game of mixed martial arts. He is the gold standard when it comes to mixed martial arts. When it comes to being a complete mixed martial artist in this arena, he is the one. He has transcended the belt.
Yeah.
From him, I learned the belt does not matter.
Nope.
The belt does not matter. The belt is just an illusion that the industry blind you with so they can control you and snatch all the money while you're busy looking at your belt. Oh, my shiny belt. They're stacking in the background, and Connor exposed all that. Yeah, right. What ends up happening to those belts? They sit on your counter. Now, one of those belts is making passive income for you. Not one of them. Mighty Mouse had 8 of them. Not one of those belts is making passive income for him. Not one. This is a lesson for all you youngsters. I am not saying do not become a champion. I am not saying do not become the best in the world. But don't rest all your hopes on the belt. Find the money fight. Little Heathen was talking about this in his last interview. He's like, hey, man, screw the belt. I want that red panty fight. I want that money. See, this. Why did it take him so long to start talking like this? I mean, after some 20 years in the UFC, some 18 to 20 years, now you're talking about this? You should have been talking about this all along. It should have been about your money all along, not about the belt. You know what I mean? Think about this. If you chase the money, guarantee the belt's going to be on the way. But people do it the other way around. They chase the belt with the hopes of getting the money. Nah, find your money first. Diversify your portfolio by improving your mic skills. Invest in your own platform, right? And then become a mixed martial artist, meaning many different weapons. When you have all these 3, man, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Not even the promotion can stop you. One thing that we know about the promotion is no matter how much they hate you, if you are putting butts in the seats, hey, man, Tito Ortiz was so hated by Dana White. But when it's time to make money, Dana will always sign that check or make that agreement and shake that hand. Hey, this ain't personal. This is business. And y'all got to remember, this is business. This ain't about honor. The business don't give a damn about your honor. The business is there to make money. Why you think WMA, what do you call it? WMA bought the industry for $4 billion. Yeah, WME. Why you think this is about money making? They don't care about your honor. They could care less about your honor. Legacy. My legacy. Legacy? When I stack $500 million, then I'm talking about my legacy. This should be your thinking, the thought process. But anyways, let's go back to the main event. The main event, Kevin Gastelum versus Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker has been to the mountaintop. He knows how to win. The other guy, Kevin Gastelum, he is on his way to the top. However, he continues to run into the same problem. He is more than able and capable of beating anyone from 6 down. From number 6 down, even 5. I'll give you 5. From number 5 down, he can beat all those dudes. But once we start talking about 1, 2, and 3, he runs into the same problem. They are too big. One, they are too mixed. Mixed as a complete fighter. Right? And if you cannot handle their size and their dexterity in regards to how much skill they have, you're never gonna win in this department, in this weight class. They're too big for you. They're too big and they're too smart. You will have to hit a flash knockout to win, and they're not stupid. I mean, just last week we saw what's that guy? Mate Pittori, the French, the Italian fella, Pittori. You know what I mean? He's like, hey man, I'm not going to waste my physical health on Holland trying to entertain the fans. No, I'm going to beat him technically with my wrestling because I already know he's weak in wrestling. I'm going to beat him with my wrestling, put him on his back for 25 minutes, go home with a pocket full of cash, like Nate Diaz would say. We talked about that. We said he was going to do exactly that and be ready to be thrown in there in case someone gets hurt. He's ready. He's ready. And he wants his title shot. He wants his title shot. But we're waiting for this particular matchup. We're waiting for this particular matchup. If Robert Whittaker goes in there and shines real bright, he gets the next fight. If the Kevin Gastelum goes in there and he beats Whittaker, guess what? He's gonna have to fight his teammate to get that next title shot. That's what's gonna happen. Kevin Gastelum is not gonna get a title shot, even if he outshines and he gets a phenomenal knockout. He is not going to get that title shot. It's not going to happen. He will have to fight his teammate, Dana White. He is devious. He's evil like that. He will make him fight his teammate. How bad do you really want it, Gastelum? How bad do you want it? Well, Vittori, he wants it just as bad as you, right? Are you going to talk about this? Now we have a storyline. Now we have an opportunity to make millions, like The Rock will say, and millions. This is about money. This isn't about your honor. This isn't about what's right. This isn't about the rankings. We are looking for the way to make the most money, period. So after you, if you beat Whittaker, if you're lucky enough to land a shot that knocks him out and you ground and pound him out, you will have to fight your teammate, Vittori. That's what's going to happen. And the winner of that will get the champion. This is your future, Kevin Gastelum. Unfortunately for you, you're going to have to fight your teammate if you win. And if you lose, Robert Whittaker, because he's been the champion before, he's marketable. He's marketable. Both you and your teammate, Mr. Gastelum, unfortunately, they cannot bank on you yet. Unfortunately, they cannot, because you don't have a title. You haven't been to the mountaintop. The other guy, the world knows him because he has been a champion. So he will get instant title shot, immediate title shot over both of you. And that's what's going to happen. I see Whittaker cruising with his excellent footwork, excellent kickboxing. He's going to cruise through a victory. It's going to be even a split decision. It does not matter to him. His primary focus is the belt. It's like a dude like Whittaker, he will not make real money until he gets the belt because he doesn't have charisma, unfortunately. He doesn't have charisma like the champ. If he had charisma like the champ, then the belt would not matter. But he doesn't have charisma. Therefore, he needs the title to feed his family, to make those millions, to get those pay-per-view points. He needs the title. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Why you think he's on ESPN Plus? Because he doesn't sell pay-per-view, and that's why. So therefore, he is going to cruise through and win in the most safe way possible. Robert Whittaker would not go for a knockout. You will see takedowns. That's what you're going to see. You will see you are not going to see a war. You will see takedowns. You know what I mean? Because he's bigger. He's going to blanket the little, short, pudgy guy. He's going to blanket him, keep him on the ground, put him on the sand. You're not going to see a war. It's not going to be an exciting matchup. The highlight of your fight is going to be the co-main event, and Robert Whittaker cruising to a title shot.
Yeah, yep. Speak the truth. Shaman C says they don't know. You get paid on the value you bring, right?
That's
even
right.
the value you bring ain't gonna do it. I'm waiting for somebody who, I challenge whoever gets a $50,000, fight bonus. You better have that fucking Robinhood app on as soon as that fucking check clears, and fucking put that shit on Dogecoin and never fucking just say
yeah.
And be
I
good.
mean, what you got to lose? What you got to lose?
I mean, $50,000 you didn't have before, but I guarantee you in a week you'll have a house.
Indeed.
And then you could find out if you really want to be a fighter or if you're just fighting for money, right?
That's right.
You have a completely different purpose if the shit you don't have to fight, right? That's kind of the similar situation of Conor McGregor, right? So that's we will see, man. But I want Vittori just to kind of leap for both Gastelum and Whittaker in this particular scenario because they both fought Izzy, right? That's how Izzy won the fucking title.
All three of them have fought Izzy.
Really?
Vittori lost. He lost a split decision a
Um,
long time ago.
okay. Well, but so there's that. So
However,
he wasn't
he never
champ.
got stopped. He never got stopped. The other two got
Got
stopped.
stopped. Yeah.
Gastelum got stopped in the fifth. Whitaker got stopped in the second.
Oh yeah, for
They've
sure.
been stopped. Vittori has an argument. He has an argument, but unfortunately, he isn't marketable yet. No one knows him. He is not marketable. He doesn't have any mic skills.
And boring fights.
He's got aggression. You know what I mean? He's got that look. But we don't know you. We don't know you. And if we don't know you, we're not gonna pay for you. And that's unfortunately the problem. This is why he didn't get the immediate title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is why for him to be noticed, he's gonna have to sacrifice his teammate in Kevin Gastelum. He has to make a sacrifice, unfortunately. You know, people pay attention when it's teammate versus teammate. Oh, what? Two teammates are fighting. It's not Kevin Gastelum. It's fighting Vittori. It's not that. What? Two teammates are fighting? I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Drama sells. Them two individually do not sell, unfortunately. I love those guys. I love them a lot. I love the fact that they come from King's MMA. I love it. They are awesome fighters, but unfortunately, they do not sell. It's a reality. It's a reality. I don't know what else to say.
No, it's a reality. So, I mean, I'm actually because I forgot that fucking Vittori already fought Izzy and lost. So, man, I'm actually not even like excited for this fucking fight or the 185-pound division in the slightest bit. Izzy reigns supreme for as long as he wants to, and that's it. You know, you gotta catch him slipping a la Anderson Silva style. But Izzy is not Anderson Silva, good and bad, right? That could mean whatever the fuck you want it to, but he's not Anderson Silva. You know, he's not gonna get caught.
And Kevin Gastelum may have an argument saying, "Hey man, look what I did to Izzy's face. I give him the worst beating in the UFC." Yeah, you did, but understand that he will finish you no later than the second round if you fight again, because he already knows what you're bringing to the table. Excellent boxing. He already knows how to handle how you came from underneath. Right? Kevin Gastelum came in from underneath because he's a shorter guy, right? Because he's kind of pudgy. Izzy wasn't expecting him to move in the manner that he did. But Izzy figured him out by the third round, fourth round. You know what I mean? He figured him out. And then he was able to finish him, I guess, in the fourth or fifth round.
Yeah.
If they fight again, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be like Mayweather. When Mayweather fought my Almeida, right? Almeida was able to land a punch that almost knocked out Mayweather, right? And then people were like, hey. And Mayweather's like, you know what? We can fight again. Let's go. And then that very next match, he clowned him. He toyed with him. It was so easy. This is what we're gonna get if Gastelum gets back in there.
Wait, I mean, Maidana?
Maidana, yeah. What did I say? Maeda?
No, I think you said Almeida. Yeah, which is kind of like a play on words. Like if you flip the fucking letters around, you get the other. If you get Maidana and then you get fucking Almeida and you switch a couple of words around, it's the fucking same word. Just say.
Hey man, and in the end, somebody's getting their ass whooped.
Somebody gonna get their ass beat. That's a fucking Mark Henry song. Shout out to Mark Henry. Somebody gonna get their ass. Somebody gonna get their ass beat. Yeah, so somebody is. We will see. We will see who exactly does that. But fuck, man, it's a good time, right? We got Bellator on now. We got LFA probably on, you know, and UFC tomorrow night. Invicta just signed with Anthem Sports Network. That's amazing. BKFC is always doing something. It's a great time to be alive. I hope some of that, like again, you know, y'all want to whatever. I challenge you guys. Anybody that fucking wins that $50,000 bonus, put that shit on Doge, and by this time next week, you're gonna figure out whether you want to fucking fight or not.
Hey, that basketball player, he put some money down back in 2017. Now I don't know how many millions he's got now. Even the rapper Nas, he's he's allegedly $100 million richer from this Doge thing. So
Oh,
there's
buddy,
something to be said about cryptocurrency.
I'm just saying. Yeah, this guy might have 8,000 Doge. Closing in. I want it there. I want it there. Slow and steady wins the race. And
That's right, man.
slow and steady wins the
right.
race. So it's about 66.90. 66.90 is what I got. So
Mm.
just saying, man. But
There you
fuck,
go.
what we got is a whole lot of Voodoo Maximus. And for those who want to get more Voodoo Maximus, where on the interwebs can they find you?
Oh, please look on YouTube. And when you're done looking on YouTube, you can look on Facebook page. And when you're done looking there, you can look on Twitter. And when you're done looking there, you can look on Instagram. Those are my four main things. And I believe Periscope has merged with Twitter. So there you go. Find me. Holla back.
Yes. Find them. There you go. And another fabulous and enlightening show. Thank you, Shaman Steve. And the enlightenment comes from you, good sir. And for those who want to follow me, again, according to Woods on everything, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. Probably forgetting one. But yeah, according to Woods, put it in the Google machine. You'll find me.
That's right.
Either you got like a cool ass fucking podcast or fucking dumb shit dad memes. I'm your guy.
That's right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe too.
Yes, Voodoo in the Woods. Again, go ahead and search that in the interwebs of Facebook, the YouTube, and all that jazz, and you will find us. And you'll find us probably Sunday for more Voodoo in the Woods.